हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। मातृदेवो भव, पितृदेवो भव, आचार्य देवो भव। विष्णुसहस्रनाम स्तोत्र 13। रुद्रो बहुशिरा babhrurviśvayoniḥ śuciśravāḥ amṛtaḥ sāśvataḥ mahātapāḥ। Rudraḥ. From a surface it looks like rudra means one who gives us sorrows and who will burn us. When writing the meaning of Rudra Suktha from the Vedas, Sāyaṇa wrote Rudra means fire. Let us briefly see who Sāyaṇa, also called as Sāyaṇācārya, is. He was a Sanskrit Mimamsa scholar from the Vijayanagara Empire of South India, near modern-day Bellary, an influential commentator on the Vedas. He flourished under King Bukka Raya I and his successor Harihara II. More than 100 works are attributed to him, among which are commentaries on nearly all parts of the Vedas. He also wrote on several subjects like medicine, morality, music, and grammar. He had an elderly brother named Madhava, sometimes identified as Vidyaranya. According to tradition, Vidyaranya helped establish the Vijayanagara Empire sometime in 1336 and served as a mentor and guide to 3 generations of kings who ruled over the Vijayanagara Empire. Okay, now to the characteristic rudraḥ. Out of 5 elements, when one touches fire, tears will roll from the eyes since we will be hurt. Hence, Agni is also rudra. Why does God give sorrows? God will give sorrows only to sinners. His main intention in giving sorrows is punishment, so that we can learn from that. When we face difficulties, one should realize that there is God's grace hidden behind these difficulties, that is karunya. If we break the word rudra equal to ruk plus dra. Here, ruk means diseases and dra means one who destroys or helps us escape. Hence, rudra means destroyer of diseases. This word can also be broken as rut plus dra. Here, rut means sorrows and dra means the one who destroys or helps us escape sorrows. Hence, rudra also means destroyer of sorrows. Bahuśirā. The Purusha Sukta extol God as sahasrashisha purushaha sahasraksha sahasrapat. Here, bahuśirā means one with thousands of heads. Even in Bhagavad Gita during Vishwadarshana, we hear this. As explained before, God is present as energy in all living beings. Hence, he is bahuśirā. Since head or tale shelters 5 organs or shris, that is eyes, ears, voice, nose and taste, it is called shirassu. Since God shelters all organs and thousands of heads, he is known as bahuśirā. Babhrurviśvayoniḥ. The characteristic describe the ultimate bliss form of the God. God, like the rising sun, is crimson red. He is like dark complexion with a distinct hue of blue. Usually in the temple, God's idol is dark complexion with a distinct hue of blue in color, and halo, that is represented as a brass frame kept behind the idol, that is probably is silver or gold in color. Here, the dark complexion with the distinct hue of blue represents striking and eternity. Crimson red represents bliss. Babhru means representing strength and valor. Ba, good, the valor is ba. Bru is good desire, or one who fulfills good desire. Hence, God, who is eternal, bliss, strong, and having good desire, is known as Babhrurviśvayoniḥ. Vishvayoni. In Sanskrit, Yoni means one who is responsible, the one who is responsible for the entire universe or multiverse, and the mother father of all is known as Vishvayoni. Śuciśravāḥ. Sravassu means fame. God is famous, that is Punyakirti. The one who is famous helps good souls to be famous. Just by singing and remembering glories of his characteristic, like chanting Vishnusahasranama, we become pure and famous. Hence, the one who is pure and famous and makes us pure and famous is known as śuciśravāḥ. God has pure names and has various pure name and characteristic. There is unusual strength in all his characteristic. Hence, Purandaradasa Badasaru sang, Ninyako, Ninna Hangyako, Ninna Namada Balavandidare Saku. That is, there is no need of you or your obligation. The strength of your name alone is sufficient. Amṛtaḥ. When one hears amṛtaḥ, we think about elixir, a liquid that supposedly make people able to go on to live forever. However, in Sanskrit, birth is called death. Means one day everyone is going to die. There are 4 types of death. That is 1, loss of form. That is when a clay pot breaks, it loses its form and becomes part of earth. Loss of materialistic body. Example, when once we lose our life, our materialistic body is lost or disintegrates. Sorrow is also a form of death. Imperfection in death is also a form of death. However, God is untouched by these 4 types of death. Hence, he is elixir, that is amṛtaḥ. According to Upanishads, God has 3 positions: elixir, that is amṛtaḥ, safety, and fearlessness. The lifespan of deities are long. Lord Hanuman or Vayu and Brahma's lifespan is thrice that of deities. The husband of goddess Lakshmi, who has granted long lifespans to Lord Hanuman, Lord Brahma, and deities, is amṛtaḥ. Śāśvataḥ. Sāśvataḥ means one who does not undergo change. Sthāṇurvarāroho means position. We undergo change in our form like childhood, youth, adult, and old age. However, God, in the form of energy, has filled every matter and space. He does not have a form. He does not undergo change in form and position. He is omnipresent. Vararoho, the one who uplifts accomplished souls to salvation, is known as Vararoho. Varam and Arohati means the one who uplifts souls to salvation based on the level of accomplishments. Brahma, due to his accomplishment, is uplifted to Satyaloka by God. Satya means truth. Loka means world. Hence, meaning the world of truth. Indra, due to his accomplishment, is uplifted to Devaloka by God. The Devalokas are usually described as places of eternal light and goodness, like heaven. The god, along with goddess Lakshmi, reside in Nityaloka and is Vararoho. Mahātapāḥ, any subject to think and know in depth, is tapassu. Everyone's development are fruits of thinking and knowing in depth. The costume one wears is not important, but to know the subject in depth is important. One winning anger and bad desires and knowing a subject in depth is tapassu. Usually winning desire is easy but not anger. The reason one gets angry is when we are afraid that we will lose what we desire. Great sages could not win anger. For example, Vishwamitra, after coming out of desire for Menaka, sage Vishwamitra undergoes penance. And then Ramba tries to divert Vishwamitra from his penance. Again, Vishwamitra gets angry on Ramba and curses her to be turned into stone. Here, even after winning desire, we see that sage Vishwamitra loses to anger. We have a great example about how to meditate on God. The sons of Dharma and Murti, Nara and Narayana, gives us a great example. When Trilotama came to spoil the meditation of Nara and Narayana, they welcomed Trilotama with reverence, and they created Urvashi and gifted Urvashi to Lord Indra, who had sent Trilotama to destroy the penance or meditation of Nara and Narayana. When we give up desire and anger through meditation, when we realize God, such Parama Brahma means Stri Tattva, goddess Lakshmi, who is always in the state of salvation, and Parama Mahabrahma, means Narayana is mahātapāḥ. The force and energy behind meditation is Lord Shiva, Hara. The Hari and Hara energies are like cream in milk. Shiva's energy originates from God's heart. Such a energy and one who is meditated by giving away desires and anger is mahātapāḥ. Hari Om.